Either southeast, southwest, or whatever. What we need is who can perform.
Issue of religion, issue of tribe should not be the watchword, should not be the bedrock of who and who to lead that assembly.
That's right, especially on the Senate presidency. You cannot reap where you do not sow.
A few days from now, the era of the 9th assembly will be over and the 10th assembly will emerge. But there are questions raised as to who takes over the mantle of leadership of the National Assembly. This is Diverse Views on Allnews Nigeria. I'm Michael Adekunle. Let's get the views of the elites. I'll be right back.
Issue of Sony, let me just say this, and to answer her. When the thieves are collaborating, the people also must be collaborating. Yeah. When the thieves are collaborating, the people, the masses also will be collaborating. So, the issue of Sony is among the people that are ruling us. They know what they are doing. So, we don't need to come into their matter. If you come into their matter, then the Sony or Sony, either southeast, southwest, or whatever, what we need is who can perform. Let's look at the pedigree of the people that is in that area. If it's not like what happened in the presidency, people are talking about Muslim ticket, this ticket. At the end of the day, what happened? People's voice. Enough of sentiment. We should have grown beyond sentiment by now. We are still under sentiment in our action. So let us stop that sentiment. If the Senate president will come from the north and is the person that will benefit Nigerians, why not from there? He is from the southeast and we know that there's a particular person that can benefit all. Why not from there? All these things are sentiments put in place. The zone is in the constitution? Is the zone in the constitution? It's an internal arrangement. No documents. It's just internal arrangement. So don't let us worry ourselves on that. Let us just be engaging them to do the right thing, put the right peg in the right hole. That's what we need.
But as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to executive, legislative, cohesiveness, influence, it baffles me. But I'll start with this issue of Sony. Either we like it or not, we always clamor federal character. But federal character, in the absence of competence, me, I see myself as a Nigerian. I am a Nigerian first before another thing. And I believe if we all as a Nigerian have that philosophy, we move forward. A Yoruba man, a Muslim, vice president, Muslim, and people now brought that dichotomy when it favors them. But when we are talking about the necessity that is affecting Nigerians, they brought all those forward? No. They don't know religion, they don't know sex, they don't know tribe when it comes to policy making that are affecting Nigerians at the expense of them. What's the meaning of South? What's the meaning of Southeast? What's the meaning of Northwest? Is it competent enough? We have people that are more competent in this competent assembly. You see, Sony limited our thinking and our operation. I think by now we should start thinking out of the box. Let's change the order. Let's do things in a new way. Yes.
Changing the mentality.
Yes. Yes. People will talk that this party, that party are not sensitive to the plight of the Christian of the religion. I don't want to maybe Muslim or Christian, and they have limited, even if your issue of religion, they have limited to Muslim Christianity alone. Yeah. There are so many tribes, there are so many religions in this country. Yeah. But people are not so much bold and confident to come on board that I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Christian, I'm an Hindu. You get it? I'm a traditionalist. But people are not bold enough, not until when they come on board and board their chest to say that. But irrespective of that, issue of religion, issue of tribe should not be the watchword, should not be the bedrock of who and who to lead that assembly. I believe that who to lead that assembly, people that have credibility, that understand what it entails to formulate policy for the people, that you have people, the policy that you have people look. That is to be the watchword.
We are in a bourgeois setting, and the political actors in Nigeria normally have their way of playing their own rules. And on the issue of the zoning concerning the national, especially on the Senate presidency, you cannot reap where you do not sow, because when we say the South, people are agitating that the South is not of the South, it's the South East, but the ruling party, if you look at their results during the last presidential election from South East, it's nothing to write them about for them to negotiate, because you have to negotiate for power, and you negotiate at the position of strength, not at the position of weakness. But the South East seems to be negotiating from the position of weakness. And from in the South, for the first time, if we look at South, they have been in the mainstream before now, and part of it are still in the mainstream. And concerning the man they are now pursuing down for Senate presidency, he actually delivered huge marginal vote from his own constituency and from his own state. Unlike in Southeast, the highest they could get was from Ebonyi State, and it wasn't up to what can be matched to use to negotiate for position and zoning, and at the level of zoning, I would have suggested that they should go into election just like they did at the National Assembly, so that everybody will feel they have a sense of belonging and a sense of responsibility that this person that we choose as our leader, not a position for the political party. Thank you.
Is Akpabio a credible person?
That's why I said the Buddha setting is a struggle among thieves.
It's a struggle
among thieves to call our resources, because Akpabio himself has a criminal case, corruption case hanging on his neck, and it's very unfortunate. That's why we are still talking about system change. It's unfortunate that most of all these people that are at the position of authority, they are people of questionable characters. Because you can look at from the presidency, the president-elect to the vice president, they have something. The president-elect has questionable character. The vice president-elect, that one, everybody knows that he was attached to Boko Haram terrorism. So I don't know why we find ourselves in this situation, and how we feel we can move forward as a people.
Well, for me, it's not a question of tribe, it's a question of geopolitical zones. The president is from the southwest. You have the vice president from the northeast. So, and they've decided now that the Senate president should come from the south. So I think it's their political party, and it's also a game of number. They have the number in the House of Rep, also in the Senate, to choose who their leaders will be. And if they're able to pull that through, if we have majority, I'm sure the way the Senate, is composed now, you have 59 member. Sorry, you have 59 senator elects and 50 from other parties. I'm sure the APC will not be doing this if it would have been the other way around. But because they have the majority, the party has the majority, so they can decide that this is what should be. So if it has been the other way around, assuming the other political party, their number, is more than, so I'm sure they won't be toying with that kind of thing. But now, if you look at it, they have the number, so they can dictate to their members, and their member can also. So, but ideally, for peace to reign in democracy, you can also say that the political party in power, with the highest number of senators, should determine who the Senate president should be, so that there will be less rancor. But again, what is important is the issue of competence. Are they pushing somebody who is competent enough to come and occupy the seat? If that is the case, fine. If they are not, if the person is not competent enough, then it's going to be a very huge problem for the Senate. So that, because the moment they discover that the person is not competent, he's not going to carry, the respect of others. But again, if you also have a leader who all he wants to do is to be, be the rubber stamp of the, the president, that will be a problem at some point. particularly now that we are having 50 senators against 59. So you can see the number is very close. And in terms of decision making, you are not too sure that all members of the APC, the 59, will always be with the president. So you are likely going to see a situation where we are going to have some member of the APC, if they are not happy with what the president is doing, they can team up with the opposition. So I think it's going to be interesting. But again, don't also rule out that, look, from our experience in 1999, I won't be surprised in the next 2 months if we see some member of the opposition, also the campaign, So again, you know that recently there was a judgment, the court judgment that says if you are elected a senator, House of Rep, or House of Assembly member, you cannot abandon your political party. But I also hope the Supreme Court will not, because when the judgment is given in this country, don't be too sure. So if you get to the Supreme Court, they can tell you no. We are not too sure where it is now. But I think for the last judgment we saw, from at the level of the Court of Appeal, you cannot decamp, but we don't know what will happen in the next. So I think let's hope for the best. But it's not going to be easy because if you look at the level of consciousness build up to the last general election, I want to say Nigerians are conscious now. They want to hold government to account. I hope we can sustain that momentum. People should not just say because their candidate didn't emerge at the last election. I think that momentum should be sustained. We have the capacity to hold government to account. Government should be held to account. And by sheer number of, the populace who can rise to say, this is what we want. It's not just going to be left to the people in the House of Assembly or, House of Rep or the Senate. The Nigerian people themselves can organize around some issues, to demand that this is what these people should do. And I think that is the consciousness that was built towards that election. So if we are not satisfied with the result of the election, this is not the time for us to let off our guard. We should continue with that kind of momentum to press, for some things. I think we can organize around a lot of issues so that these guys also will know that, look, when they are returning home, they are going to meet people that are conscious already. So the level of consciousness for me is what matters now.